What's up, everyone? Whew, had a long day today. Chilling out, relaxing with a nice glass of wine. We're gonna get ready for tomorrow's show. Hey, great one for you. We got Soave, nice and smooth, that's right. And DJ Mike Torres is joining us for a nice little mix. So make sure you tune in.
Jen, you're not gonna believe this. Oh my goodness. Soave has his own shampoo line. Look. Oh my God. And I figured, you know what? I love the way his hair is so smooth and suave. I figured this would look perfect on me. What are you talking about?
This isn't Soave.
Yes, it is. Look, Suave.
Suave. This is soft.
What you mean suave?
Completely wrong. Completely wrong.
This says Suave, not Suave?
Go back to CVS. Bring it back. And tell them stop selling free stuff. Okay? We'll see you tomorrow.
It's time for your morning coffee with TOQ and your hosts, Antonio Mercado and Jay Rivera, bringing live interviews and featured mixes. Tell us your story. What's in your cup?
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Morning Coffee with a Touch of Quality. Unfortunately, we were kind of waiting for Antonio this morning. I'm not sure where he is. It was running a little late, but the show must go on. So we're going to go ahead and just get this rolling. So here's the thing, right? The last episode for the... What? No. Oh.
Wait. What are you doing? I can't believe you started the show without me. Hey, guys. Woo! Oh, my God, it's so cold out there.
What are you wearing?
But I'm excited.
So much for being on time, you know. We got a show.
You know me.
Yeah, I know. You're always late. All right. Well.
Good morning.
He's the only guy I know that has his own, entrance theme. All right. How are you?
I'm excited.
Yeah?
Woo. Oh, my goodness. Alexa, turn off music. Woo.
Nope.
She's not listening to me.
She's not listening to you at all.
Alexa, turn off the music.
No.
She told me.
She told you. Anyways.
Good morning, everyone. How you doing? And yes, I had to do my own entrance this time. Especially, what is this considered? Like a semi-final show? Or
Yeah, so it's kind of. I was kind of explaining that a little bit since you wanted to show up a little late. This will be the last episode for this part of the season, right? It's kind of like mid-season finale, right? So little
and
special.
We have an amazing show.
Yeah, we sure do. We got an amazing guest joining us today. We sat down with Soave and had a nice conversation with him.
It's like smooth, sexy, exotic, like like the Soave.
Are you okay?
Like the shampoo?
No, not like the shampoo.
Oh, it's not?
No, wrong bottle.
Oh.
Anyhow, you learn about that
like
later.
the wine bottle.
Yeah, there
right?
you go.
Oh, okay.
And we got a mix by DJ Mike Torres, provided us a nice mix for today. So can't wait for you guys to listen to that.
It's like old school.
Oh, that's what
it's like back when you were born in the 80s. I was born in the 90s.
What? I wasn't born in the 80s, first of all, but anyway.
Oh, no, you were born in the 70s,
raised
right?
in the 80s.
Yeah, you were raised. That's right.
This guy.
I told you he's old. Mm-hmm. So how's it going? How's everything going on?
It's going good, man. Hey, listen, I mean, winter's starting.
This coffee tastes really, really good.
We got Christmas in a week.
I know, look at this decor.
Next week is Christmas. This is crazy. And it's been kind of weird, right? The way it's been, and it's actually snowing outside, which is pretty cool. But it's been kind of weird just the way the seasons kind of rolled into each other, because it really hasn't been snowing or anything like that over here. It doesn't really feel like Christmas, but the weather's starting to change a little bit, so
we're getting little flakes. It's not like California, they have that nice beachy weather.
Right.
They're walking around with the G-strings,
Oh, you and your fashion. Anyway, speaking of fashion, hey, check this out. So, let's get right to this, right? Check this out. So I know you like your jeans and things like that. You're into your fashion and stuff like that. Well, how much would you pay for a pair of jeans?
Let's see.
All right, I'll answer you. How about $114,000?
Nope.
Check this out. So these jeans were actually found off the coast of North Carolina.
Those don't even look appealing.
But here's the thing. These are from 1857. They were found in a trunk off in a sunken ship that they found shipwrecked
that is so
off the coast of North Carolina.
Okay, now I'm interested.
All right, so check this out. They actually believe that these could be originally owned by Levi Strauss himself. At that era, he was coming over.
Wow.
They're going over to the gold rush out in California when they were finding gold and everything like that, right? So it's all through that time period. But these are 4 years prior to when he actually released his famous denim jeans. So they have the button fly and everything as well, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't even know that was in that time.
Well, he's the one that invented all that. So that's why they're thinking, and it's just speculation right now because there's really no way of knowing. But whoever paid $114,000 for these jeans got themselves a nice little artifact of history, which could be an original pair owned by Levi Strauss himself. So,
and you know what, Jay? Because I am your best friend.
Oh boy.
Well, I put myself in that title. But anyways, you can buy me those for Christmas.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Maybe. I don't know if I'm going to pay $114,000 that.
I'm your friend.
Yeah.
A friend in need is a friend indeed. So...
Now that you say
I love this coffee. This coffee tastes delicious, guys. What is in it? Peppermint?
You know what? There's a peppermint stick. Yeah, so the staff put some candy canes.
So I was doing my list the other day, and I was trying to figure out who to give to what, and who is a friend that I should give to,
who to give to what? Like you're giving away people?
No, not giving away people, but you're right. That didn't sound
what
right.
To give to
what
who?
To give to people? Thank you. So I was trying to figure out, what should I do? How do I? Because I have a long list of friends or people that I consider friends.
Well,
are they really friends?
Are these friends that they know that you're friends with them, or you just say, "Hey, that's my friend"?
Good point. I don't know. Or are they acquaintance? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure. But I was making my list and I was trying to figure out, who should be a friend and who should I say bye bye. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm going down the list, I'm saying,
this is interesting. Okay.
And then I realized, you know what?
Was he helping you with the list?
Yes, he was. So Santa came over. We had some Tito's and Cram. Sorry, Santa, I had to give you up, but you drink a lot. Tito's and Cram. Anyways, we were having a good time. So I was going through my list, and I was like, who should I consider a friend, and who should I give a gift to and not give a gift to? So who would you give a gift to?
As far as like my personal list, or
just who? How do you determine who to give a gift to?
Well, I mean, I guess for me it's a little bit different because
do you give a gift because someone gave you a gift?
That's tough, and sometimes you get put in that position, right? If somebody comes out And I would. So personally, I will. If they go out of their way to give me a gift, and they thought highly enough of me to give me a gift, that's an honor, right? So when someone gives you a gift, so I will return that favor. And it's not. And some people are like, oh, now I'm obligated to do so. I don't feel that way. I feel honored by them thinking that highly of me to give me that gift. So then I return the favor because I feel like that's the way it should be. But you know.
But what if it's like you said? What if they don't even know? Well, let's say you don't even realize that you're that close of a friend to them.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that really matters because if they just think, if I think highly enough of you that I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm just thinking about you, you know, because the gift comes from the heart, right? It could be a piece of tissue or whatever. I'm like, Tony, I was thinking about you every time you cry. Here you go, and I'm bringing a box of tissues, right? But something like that. Though. But
I guess I'll put you back on the list. But anyways.
Wow. You just told me self-proclaimed best friend wasn't getting a gift. All right, go ahead.
So I went to the store and I made myself a budget and I'm going through it and I'm like, oh, I should buy this gift for this person. I should buy this gift for this person. But then I started saying to myself, I should buy a gift for people that need a gift.
There you go.
You know? And so I went through I was going through the store and I found these shampoo. I found these some. What is it called? Rogaine? Is it for, so people can grow hair? Not for me, but I have a lot of friends that I bought too. So, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should.
Rogaine Extra Strength is proven to regrow hair, or at least stop hair loss for 4 out of 5 men.
I like my chances.
So what can go wrong? Bargain brands. They're not as effective.
This is only 2% minoxidil. It's not even half as concentrated as Rogaine Extra Strength.
And so I was going through, and then I was looking at
if you buy
cosmetics.
one of your friends Rogaine, they're probably.
So no, you don't think that's a good idea? Because I said to myself, you know what? It's like I was just saying, a friend in need isn't friend indeed. So maybe that friend needs something.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, you know what? I'll do that. So and then I had another friend that, he's been single for a very long time. So I went to the exotic store and I bought him all these exotic toys because I was like, he's been by himself for a very long time. So I figured this might,
I don't
excite him for Christmas.
Yeah.
Imagine opening up that gift in Christmas time.
I don't think so. I that's depressing.
That would be really cool. Don't you think so? Like
you're like finding these flaws in people and you're exploiting.
Well, that's what I
them.
was trying.
No,
because isn't that the best thing to do? A friend needs someone. So I figured, you know what? They'll open the gift and
No. Yeah, we're gonna move forward from this.
Why? Why are they giving me the cue that I have to get off the set now?
You might have to just leave altogether.
But no, so I was going through that. So and then I had a friend that always smelled funny. So I was like, you know what? Let me buy them all these type of colognes. So I went and I bought all these cologne sets, and it cost me a pretty penny.
Yeah. So that is not the right idea.
I think Christmas should be
what?
Gifts that people need.
Right.
And like, you know how sometimes you feel weird telling people, oh, you smell a little, or you need to take a shower, or did you know that you don't have a good style of fashion?
I don't feel comfortable being affiliated with this part of the show.
So I figure I might as well do that. So
okay.
I went shopping and I got all these funky products.
That's funky.
For everyone.
That's real funky.
You know what, guys? Check this out.
You stink.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say after that.
You see?
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
I helped out a friend in need. And that's what I consider a real friend and someone that needs a real Christmas gift. I guess I won't get any gifts this year if people think the way I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because,
I don't know.
All right.
For what you wish for. All right, so check it out. It's that time of year, right? Snow, we talked about it a little bit earlier. I think that
giving gifts.
Giving gifts. But also, okay, when the snow falls, right? Everybody knows, and I have a particular friend here that doesn't like to do this himself too. And I remember when we were younger, you gotta try to drive away, and you gotta clean off the car, and you scrape one part of the windshield. That's it, and then just drive away. No, people, look at this. Okay, I bring this up because I was reading through some articles, and I found an article where an individual in Washington State was fined $533 for not properly clearing off the car. This is not the proper way to clean off your car. You gotta clean your car off.
But he did a good job. He cleaned the window.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that big block of snow right on top of the car.
That's hard to clean.
Yeah, no. Listen, guys.
It's not safe either.
It's not safe. You don't want to, and fines vary between states. But $533. I was like, wow. It just
but
reminded
imagine
me,
if you're running late to work.
Yeah, see? Like this guy running late to work this morning. So I bet you that the car wasn't even cleaned off. And it would look like something like this. So anyways, I thought it was a little funny to talk about because I saw that. I was like, wow, $533. It's not the time of year that you want to get hit with a ticket like that, especially if you're out there buying Rogaine and shampoo and cologne and all that stuff for your friends in need, apparently. So make sure you keep that money in your
sex toys too. Those were cool. I love that store. But anyways, go on.
Keep the money in your pocket. Clean the snow off your car. Be safe.
You know, you should always be safe. And I'm not gonna lie, there's been times that I drove off, but not that much snow. That's crazy. Maybe like this much snow? Maybe.
Yeah, no, that's not true. Antonio's picked me up where he's literally got a square in front of him. Driving. I'm like, I'm not getting in this car. What's wrong with you? Look.
But you see, that's what friends do. They just jump on. Why didn't you clean it?
Why didn't I clean it? Move on.
You know, so I have a really good topic. The other day, I was talking to a bunch of friends of mine. I went to New York, and I did a lot of traveling, the past few days. And so, I had to take a nice sip of this. I love this coffee.
It tastes really good.
So I was thinking about gay friends and straight friends, okay? And this is very interesting. So guys, just think about it. As Jay, so if I wanted to go out clubbing, right? The first thing, if I'm the only guy in the group, the only gay guy in the group, and all you guys are straight, how do you think I feel when I go to a straight club compared to a gay club? And how would you feel going to a gay club?
That's a great question. And maybe because we've gone, obviously when we were younger, right? We've gone out to different places. And I kind of thought about this a long time ago, actually. I was just like, and I always wondered, how did you feel? So I don't know. Because from experience, we never got to really see that, right? So, I mean, I imagine, like, what's going through your head? So, enlighten me, because I don't know.
So, it's funny, because I was thinking about it the other day, and we were all sitting down, and me and my buddies were like, oh, let's go out here, let's go out there. And the topic came up, how we feel among, straight people, and then among gay people, and how do straight people feel if they go to a club. And so, when I'm at a club, and I'm at a straight club, I'm having a good time. But sometimes it feels good to be among others that are also gay, And when I was single, that would have been the perfect opportunity for me to be at a gay club sometimes, But imagine being surrounded every single day with the same boring straight people.
Wait a minute. What's boring?
Yeah. But anyways, instead of being at a fun, exciting gay club.
He's a little controversial today, isn't he?
I wanted to say to myself, you know what, Jay? We're going to have to plan a day, and we need to go to a gay club. And how do you guys feel going to a gay club?
You know what? So, honestly, to me, it's not about the environment. It's about who I'm with.
Okay.
So if I'm there to hang out and spend time with my friends, the people I care about, it really doesn't really matter where we are. Like I would go to a gay club with you and hang out. I like it. That's like, it doesn't bother me.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I go and I support you with the pride, and we do all this because
you do.
I'm there for you, and my enjoyment is spending time with the people that I care about.
And you know what?
So
You're
that's
100% right.
That's me though. That's me.
But I had some friends that actually said, "Oh, I feel a little weird. I feel a little," and I'm like, "Why would you feel awkward or weird? You're still hanging around with me, And they were like, "Yeah, but there's other gay guys in there."
And if you never hung out with Antonio,
and
he's a trip.
And so they were like, "But I feel like I'm gonna go to the club and I might get hit on." And I looked at him and I'm like, dude, you're not a bag of chips.
Hey, yo.
And I was like, so why would you feel that way?
Yo, you're out of control today.
So I was like, why would you feel that way? Not everybody's there to hit on you. We're all there to have a good time. Just like when I go to a straight club and I'm, you know, and I don't know why we have all these labels, but we do, you know, and so I go to a straight club, you know, even though I do get hit on numerous of times, but anyways, no.
There's a knife coming at you, bro.
But
and we're sitting a little closer than we normally do, so just.
But it's the same thing, you know. You just, if you get a hit on, you move on. You say, hey, I'm already taken, or whatever. I'm here with my friends. I'm here with my buddies. You know, adios, goodbye, whatever the case might be. If you're not interested, if you're interested, you move on forward. But anyways, you know. And I found that weird. I always wonder, I was like, why do they feel really so awkward? So my buddy was like, oh, well, I feel like I'm going to get hit on. Oh, you know, I don't feel comfortable. And I'm like, dude, are you serious? You feel comfortable around me, right? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, well, maybe you're a little insecure. You know, and he was like, well, I don't know. I don't think that way because, you know what? I love hanging out with you. And I was like, yeah, but that line, I'm like, you wouldn't go to a gay club with me. He goes, yeah, but that's your time. And I'm like, no, that's our time. Mm-hmm. We're having a good time. We're hanging out. I don't go to a club just to go meet people.
I think that's just a big like misconception as to what actually happens. You know what I mean? Like, I, you know, knowing you and you know, with my cousin and talking to you guys and, you know, you guys sharing your stories, it just sounds like a blast all the time.
It is.
You know?
It is.
And
I'm like,
again, if you guys haven't been out with Antonio, it's a blast. And if you think he's a blast, Anthony's even more fun. Just don't wear a mask because you'll get yelled at like all night long about wearing it.
So I want you guys to think about that. I want you guys to think about
Just
that
kidding.
and just wonder. And if you have a gay friend and you guys don't go to a gay club with them, think twice. You know what? Give that opportunity to that friend and make them feel comfortable too.
Well, I think it deserves a conversation. Have a conversation with your friend. If that's truly your friend, have a conversation with them about that. And then, you know, I think that's because there's got to be a mutual respect between the two of them. And
correct.
They have to understand each other's feelings. So you can't just say, oh, well, you have to. You know, just have that conversation.
Never.
Talk to them about
no
that.
one should ever feel like
right,
they have to do anything.
So, you know, have that conversation. And then I think that's, you know.
So, long story short, I took him off my list. But anyways.
Hey, yo.
He didn't want to come with me. He was like, no, I don't want to go. So I'm like, all right, adios, goodbye, arrivederci. I'm going. You stay. But anyways.
I don't know if that's why you take people off your list. But all right. Anyhow, listen. That
was being cheap.
He was being cheap, yeah. That's our morning boost, man. Listen, that was pretty good stuff. That was pretty good
It was
stuff.
interesting today, right?
You're
by the way, guys, I want to say thank you for everyone that was out there and purchased a shirt of the Touch of Quality.
Yes.
You guys, it went for a good cause. We ended up, we're donating actually.
Right.
We already have the toys. We're donating two toys for every shirt. So thank you. We have a nice amount of toys.
Yeah,
we're going to actually donate and you're going to actually make a lot of kids happy out there.
Yeah,
so I just want to say thank you.
Absolutely. And you know what? And that's what this is all about this time of year. And when you talked about gift giving and things like that, it's about, you know, giving somebody what they need. And sometimes what they need is just love. And a little gift is just showing them.
You know, I was making sure because I had my assistant with me, and I was making sure that we didn't separate. You know, put all the toys together because I was.
Excuse me, are you Santa Claus? I heard you might be him. If you are him, here's my list.
Help the Marines make Christmas possible for less fortunate children. Donate a new toy to Toys for Tots.
Here's Santa Claus.
We're gonna go. We're getting the signal here. We gotta go talk to Soave. So, guys, check it out. We sat down with Soave. We had a great conversation with him. This dude was really, really cool.
He is. He was amazing.
He was. So, let's go ahead. We're gonna go right into this interview and
check it out. Wait, why are we not going over there? Let's walk over there.
You want to walk all the time. You just got into the building. Look at you.
Right over you. That's why I'm crying. Right over you. That's why I'm crying.
Good morning.
That's weird. Okay. Now,
I had to be smooth about this.
No, that was weird. Well,
you know, normally I yell and I go crazy, but you know what? This is.
I get it now. I get it.
You know, so you have to be smooth like him. You know. So good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Good morning, guys. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh man, we're doing great. Listen, thank you for joining us on Morning Coffee with Touch of Quality. We really appreciate you sharing a cup with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Calm. You see? Calm.
You see?
Nice and calm.
That's why
Tranquilo,
I couldn't
smooth,
yell.
suave.
You see? You need to learn that.
I wanted to be like, good morning.
Yeah.
But I couldn't because you know what? We had Soave, so I had to be weird about it. You know what I'm saying?
That was weird though.
That was a little weird. I kind of got it was like excited
was
with the mic or something. I don't know. But anyway.
All right, man. So yeah, so so how have you been? How are you?
I'm doing great. Things are wonderful. Like always, I'm just living the dream, brother. Living the dream.
That's fantastic. That's awesome. So I mean, you
know, coming from Crying Over You.
Yeah.
All right. But I have to be honest with you. One of my favorite songs is actually "If You Want Me."
Yeah. That's my favorite song.
Oh, so you see, we got good taste.
That's my favorite song.
But now, December 20th, and that's "Baby Don't Go."
Yes.
So you know, amazing. You're back. I love it. You've been always around, but I love that you're coming back out with a new song.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
There you go. There you go. That's awesome. Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that and how that project came about? And I mean, we're excited to hear that. We heard a little clip.
First and foremost, it's a project I've been working on for years, but not on that only specific song. I've been working on a project for years. I'm finishing an album that entails half of the songs being cover tracks of things that I loved growing up, and the other are original sheets of music. So about a little over a year and some time ago, my sister was sick, and we were in the hospital together, and we were laying there going through songs that I had done on album, things that I was working on that I really wanted her opinion on, and so I kind of wanted her direction on what she thought would be a good move for me to move on with. And we were going through covers, and when it came to the freestyle songs, there were like 3 covers that she really liked, and one of them just happened to be "Baby Don't Go," which is a Fast Forward song. Fast Forward was Nelson Cruz, Louis Legit, and it was a posse of people, and it was just like this time in our lives where we were so happy. It was that song. It was another song by believe it or not, Tomax. I don't know if you remember that Regrets Only song. And there's a bunch of freestyle tracks that she really loves. So, but the one that she was the most in love with was that one. And I said, I always talk to Nelson, and me and him growing up, I used to say to him all the time, one of these days I gotta remake that song. He'd be like, yo, let's do it. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna produce it though, because obviously he was always the guy who was responsible for that stuff, and with himself. And so it was just something that we always discussed. And unfortunately, as you guys know, Nelson is no longer with us, and wasn't around for it. But I thought after my sister passed, and after CNR passed, and after we lost Danny Wepaman Vargas, for me, I think the straw that broke the camel's back was like, in addition to my sister when CNR went, because he was also part of that beginning of the crew of that old freestyle genre, and I was just a big fan who wanted to be like them. And so I figured it would be a beautiful tribute, not only to them, but more so to take those beautiful songs that are really underappreciated and revive them, bring them back to life. And I'm just praying that when people hear it, they say that I did a job that was well enough to be, I did it justice. And that's important, because when you do a cover of somebody's song, you certainly don't want it to not come out really good. Right. And so I'm looking forward to 2023. The plan is to do a new song and release one every 90 days once this one comes out.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Awesome. Well, the song is definitely great, and absolutely, you did it justice.
He did.
I did.
Thank you.
I agree. It's a great song, and what a way to kind of just come back out and start introducing new music. And I like that concept of and there's always talk about covers. Do we do covers? Do we not do covers and stuff like that? But I do like that concept of it, because, as you said, sometimes the music needs to be reintroduced, right? And there's certain songs that
they're just beautiful
wanting-
classics, and people don't hear them enough anymore, and they don't even
Exactly.
remember. And then what I'm hearing from people, like my closest peers, are like, I didn't remember how much I love that song
Right.
until I heard it again, because they haven't heard it in a while.
Right.
And for me, like, some people, let's say, hey, just out of curiosity, why didn't you do an original song first? And obviously that was my plan the whole time. But I think because my last conversation with my sister was to do something of that sort, and that was one of my motives. The other one was that when you do shows in big venues, there's not one person there that's interested in you doing a new song. They just don't want to hear any new songs, right? So if a lot of the shows that I'm doing are in major venues, and I do a lot of private events, I do a lot of club dates, I do lounges and stuff, that's the opportunity I get to do a new song. But more than half of my shows are in major theaters. Why am I going to do something that people aren't interested in hearing? And if I'm trying to appeal to the crowd that are actually still following me after 30 years, that still come to these shows and spending crazy money to travel, why not do something that I know for sure is going to touch them at the moment? And so for that reason, I figured doing a remake of a cover that was around back then.
Yeah, he has a good connection there,
Right.
because he's right.
100%.
People recognize the song, and they're like,
Exactly.
oh,
That's true. And they're singing along with you and
Right,
everything like that.
right.
That's perfect. That's really smooth. I like the way you kind of handle that there. But no, that's great. And you know what? It is a blessing that, and God bless you on that you've been, we always, performing and having these shows, and that's great. Talk about that. How do you incorporate that with your everyday lives and things like that? How does that work for you?
It's funny because you find time for the things that are important in life, and but it doesn't. It's something that keeps me young, keeps me happy. It's relevant to um, the dreams I always had as a kid, and so here I am in my early 50s, and I'm able to live my dream 35 years later, just
I like
doing
how he
exactly
said early 50s,
early.
making sure everybody knew it
Like
was
put it this way, you talk
early
to
50s.
yeah, like all my brothers and sisters, and they know who they are, every single one of them. They know I'm the baby of the bunch, and I make it known, but they love me for that because they know I was the little one that was around, and now I'm taller than all of them. I have been for a long time, so they all call me their big little brother. There's a lot of people that came back that were no longer around for a while, but for the most part, the same people that the core have never left. And all we've done in the last 30 years is just reinvent ourselves in one way or another, try to stay relevant. It's important because you got to really be on your game, because you can't, when you go on stage, you have to remember it's almost like we represent not just who we are, but the genre itself. And so that's why I'm very
And
it's
an
important.
era,
Yeah,
not
it's an
just a
era,
genre,
right?
an entire era.
And I don't want that to be taken for granted. I don't want them to look at it and say that was a joke, because there's a lot of people who didn't really take our music seriously. And had they taken it seriously, had they realized how much it was going to stick out and be here still, the longevity of this genre of music, they would have treated it differently. And with that being said, I think the people who were in the industry that were doing what they were doing, they would have worked harder on making their product better, and they would have, the record labels and the radio stations would have worked harder to make sure that they kept it alive, because there's so many good talented artists.
But you represent an era. You do it well. You go on tour and do these shows, and you put on a performance. You look the part. I mean,
he does.
You're Soave, right? And so you have that image, and everybody, it's distinguished. Everybody recognizes you for it, and it's appreciated. And that's kind of,
it's funny because I seen him before in pictures, and then I meet you in person, and when I was in New York one day, and it was for MDW. And we were there, and Lizette Melendez, and we were all in the back, and so he comes out, and right away you know who he is, right, just because he was dressed up sharp. He was, you already knew it was like that Suave. You know what I'm saying? So, right from a distance, I already knew who he was.
Right.
And it was the way he represented himself.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. It's not easy to maintain, but it's part of what, like you have to understand that in my mind, I feel like I'm not just representing Suave, which I worked hard for so many years to do. I represent the genre. I represent freestyle. I represent the class act of, or the classiness of, and I try to maintain that because it's important. We need to have that in our repertoire of what we do. People have to respect it. So
absolutely, you represented very well.
Well,
thank you.
Talking about Suave. So all this time I thought Suave was his real name. Okay.
No, you didn't.
So I'm not lying. Listen to this.
Oh, wow,
so and then I find out all this research and they give me all my information about him. And I'm going through all these things and I'm going through all these videos. And then I find out it started with a wine bottle. And why did you pick that wine bottle and what made it, important enough that made it your name?
So I remember when I was sitting at the table, and unfortunately, I would have much rather been Jeffrey Martinez. but at the age of 18, and back then, if your name was Jeffrey Martinez, you wouldn't get any radio play anywhere. I had a piece of paper, and I was trying to come up with a name that personified who I was, and it would fit the brand that I was looking to create. And I came up with all these different names. I mean, Suave, Loverboy, Jamor, J Amor. And there was a whole bunch of names, right? And then it was Jeffrey Blake, because Blake was like a whitey last name that, once you put that up there, you get some radio play. And so I was trying to like beat the system. And then I just kept coming back to Suave. And, because my friends used to say, "What's up, Suave?" Like, and they were like, "What's up, Rico?" But there was no such thing as, and Rico is one of them, Rico. And, it just kept coming back to Suave. And then I remember that my friend's dad used to drink Suave Bola, and Suave Bola was his very smooth wine. And it was a white wine that's almost like a Pinot Grigio, and it has some pear in it with a little bit of citrus. It's very, very good. To this day, I still drink it. Maybe it was my uncle, and he said that if you pick the right wine, it ages well, and it'll be like a fine wine. And I went, wow.
Like
I'm gonna go buy a whole bunch of wine now.
Fine wine.
Yo, wait till you
Yeah,
taste it, man. Wait till it's good. It's good.
It gives me a good idea. But that's awesome. And just like a fine wine, right? As you age, you get better and find yourself, and you continue doing what you're doing. So,
and I feel like I'm getting better. I really do.
Yeah, no, and it's fitting. It's fitting. What you got in there?
I'm looking in my cup, and I already know what's in my cup. Okay, but I want to know what's in Suave's cup. Let me take them out. What's in your cup?
In my cup right now is,
other than you staying calm, because that's what it says there.
Is calm, is living for today and being happy. And so for 2023, I plan on making all kinds of great moves to just make myself happy and live a happy life and bring happiness to others in my music. That's something I've been dying to do for a long time. And so it's definitely going to be, my motivation for 2023. I've been very blessed. I can't tell you.
That is awesome. And I think you're going to have an unbelievable 23. And, I don't know you personally, but just watching some of your videos, your character just comes out of those videos. And I'm watching him, and like, I was seeing some of the videos, and I saw you with Judy Torres, and you're going back and forth, they're talking, but it's like you have that energy, that character that's like you're welcoming. You know what I'm saying? You're approachable. Like people are willing to come up to you and they know they're going to have a good time with you. And so one thing I just want to bring up, I thought it was hilarious when you were talking about the whole
the eyeball
demi toss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was hilarious that you were like trying to do the whole thing, and then Judy comes around and she schooled him. She was like, you know what it really means? It's half a cup, and he's like, yeah, but I have a glass and you have a paper cup.
Yes.
But I loved it, and so I thought that was hilarious. And so do you know that what a demi-tasse is in Italy?
Okay, so that's a very good question you asked because I have a good friend. His name is Anthony Carloni. And Anthony Carloni is an 88-year-old an old school Italian guy. He taught me that it's actually the cup itself. It's actually the little cup,
The little
not
cup,
the
yep.
right. It's a little cup, but they put the coffee in it, and because they use a little cup, it's perceived to be the actual coffee, but it has nothing to do with the coffee. It's the cup itself.
That's cool.
Am I right?
Yeah, because So I was like, I looked it up, and I was like, is it the little cups? What is it?
Yeah,
I'm like trying to figure it out. And then I was like, when you Google everything, you ask Alexa, and Alexa's like,
Yes.
it is blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh, so it was like, you ever remember those back in the
It was
days?
almost like a brand of cup, but they were small. And then I guess a lot of other companies have followed suit and they made them similar. But yeah, so that's old school coffee.
And he was messing with her about the eat the eye. So you look like you're a jokester. It looks like you like to have a good time. And
I do. Not as much as my friend Coro though. Coro is the worst.
Oh, really?
Because Jose is absolutely crazy because when you think you're having a good time, he's gonna top you.
Oh, so we're
He's a legit
gonna
prankster. But it's there wherever somewhere and there's like a fire alarm and the water's coming out of the sprinklers from the ceiling. Everyone's looking for Jose. They're like, "Where's Coro?" But yes, I love to have fun. I do.
That's really cool. You know what? You go around. We mentioned Judy, and so Judy was our last guest for last season, and you're the last guest for this season this year. So that's a little cool, type thing there. And you guys seem to have a really great relationship. You guys been doing this for a long time. You're an iconic figure in this genre, right? So you see, and you're there with the Judy Torres and you and others like Coro and stuff, and it's just like, I don't know, like, how does that make you feel when others come up to you and just say, wow, this is, Soave?
That's a good question. For a long time, it didn't register. Because I mean, like, I don't know about you, but like, I've never looked at myself that way. I've always had a challenge giving myself compliments or anything of that sort. And I've always been such a fan of my peers. So doing shows with them, all of them obviously became family. I'm very, very close. Like my immediate family is me, Judy, George, Kay, Betty, Betty from Sweet Sensation, Jose, Coro, Cynthia. That I said Cynthia. So those are my like immediate. There's more, and even to this day, and I'm able to feel this because I'm the youngest. I still watch them from the stage.
I like how he brings up the youngest.
I'm the youngest, and you could remind them. And Brenda's a very good friend of mine. Like you had her recently. I know her since I was a kid. Me and Brenda go way back. But whenever I see them on stage to this day, I still learn from them. So I'm always constantly learning, and it could be the littlest thing. I just feel like you never stop learning, and especially from the people that you always looked up to. So,
this is great because for those who are getting involved in the music, getting involved in the genre specifically, like these are the examples. This is the example of how you want to present yourself, learning from your peers, and not arguing with them or trying to beef and all this other stuff or whatever, working together. Exactly, and so you set a great example. So kudos to you on that, and just for you guys to continue that, just keeping that positivity. And it's a perfect example of what we need, as a genre.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to share? Any thank yous or shout outs or anybody that you want to?
I want to just shout out all the fans because the fans are the face of freestyle. They're the ones who come to every show. They're the ones who keep us relevant. They're the ones who I have 60 shows this year, and they're the ones who come to the shows. You know, so I can't be upset. They call me for everything, and I'm just thankful that they're there. And you know, I'm very blessed, and I'm doing everything I do just for you guys. So please don't stop loving me, and I won't stop loving you.
They won't. They won't.
no,
Especially
absolutely.
with this new song.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, we're gonna have you introduce the new song. Tell your fans what your new song is.
Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy Baby Don't Go.
Woo! Guys,
It is.
check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
Yeah, that was that. Listen, Suave, thank you for joining us. That was a great interview, guys. Make sure you tune into the podcast so you can hear the full interview.
He was amazing.
He was amazing.
I actually love talking to him.
And you know what? I love the fact just of him, talking a little bit about where his position is. And what I mean by position, like there's always this, you hear this, especially in our genre, this, quote unquote hierarchy as far as, you know, some people say legends and icons and stuff like that. And I'm not specifically saying that, but just you have to respect those and pay respect to those who paved the way and did things. And the guy stays busy. 60 shows?
I know. I was like, wow.
God bless you. That is awesome. Thanks for sharing that. The music, the song is good, man. And I can't wait to listen to what he's got coming out. You know, it's a whole combination of covers and things like that, and new songs and new music. I'm looking forward to it.
I was jamming to it through the whole entire time.
I'm looking forward to it. So you always boop, 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 boop. But talking about jamming,
we're going to be jamming to the 80s.
We're about to jam out with DJ Mike Torres.
I should have put my afro on for this one.
Oh, my God. Afro?
Yeah, right? That's what you call it?
Yeah, I know. You never had an afro.
I know, but I think it would have been cool for DJ.
You look like a microphone and be like, check. Anyhow.
Check it out.
Let's check it out. DJ Mike Torres.
Oh, Jay.
There we go.
Oh my God. The
were
80s
dancing.
brought me back when I had these nice shoes. Look at them.
You look like...
So I was jamming, guys. I need to sit down. I feel old. Thank you. These were from back in days.
These were like from last week. Don't let them lie to you. Here you go. Isn't that what you
Mike
wore?
Torres, you brought me back to I was going to get my roller skates instead, but I decided to go with these instead.
There's like glitter
That
all
was
over the place.
amazing. It brought me back to the old school.
So check it out. I got a few words. All right, a little bit about Mike Torres here. I'm going to read it from here. So he says he does drink coffee. He drinks a cup of coffee every morning. Café Bustelo is his favorite. Again,
that's what I'm drinking here with some.
Otherwise, it's the Bodega coffee up the block, right? He's been DJing since 1991. His friend had some equipment. He decided to have his parents get him a set of turntables, and two of his boys started musical fantasies.
Oh, wow.
He's formerly a partner of Power 78.7 and is now working solo. You can find him on Twitch and on Power Star Radio on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. You can also follow his social medias and platforms at DJ Mike Torres. All right, you'll see it there. Let's see what else he got. He says, to my audience, all right, I appreciate all the love and support I receive from both online and in person. Let's all be brand ambassadors of the genre we all love so much. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike, thanks a lot again. We appreciate the time you put into this. And
yeah, he brought me back to the 80s, and I was like, and you guys missed it. I should have videotaped that. I was like, boop,
you didn't want to see it. Bro, those smell. Come on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, but
that was amazing.
Yeah, that was a great show, guys. Listen, so we're gonna wrap it up. All right, we're gonna say our goodbyes for right now, our farewells.
And happy holidays to everyone.
Holidays, enjoy your holidays with your families. Be safe out there. We'll come back around. In a couple months, we'll start this back up. And after 2023 begins. So happy holidays, happy New Year's, Merry Christmas. Whatever it is you celebrate it with joy, with your family. Be safe out there and just love one another. So,
oops,
that's pretty bad. You good? You good?
No hug now.
Get over here.
Happy holidays, guys.
All right, guys. From us to you.
What's in your cup?
Coffee.